Dave, good evening, everybody. Week 14 of Friday Football Frenzy. The road to Lucas Oil Stadium continues for 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5. 6A, though, we already know who's going to be there. The Center Grove Trojans, undefeated, top-ranked team in Class 6A. We're going to talk to these guys a lot more. We'll recap it. Friday Football Frenzy starts now.
Get ready. It's time for the action-packed excitement of Indiana high school football. From the Indy Channel, WRTV Sports presents Friday Football Frenzy.
That's right. Good evening. Welcome to Week 14 of Friday Football Frenzy. Now I'm here. Center Grove is over there. Great to have Eric Moore and the Trojans in studio tonight as they look ahead to the 6A state finals a week from tomorrow night. But what about schools that are trying to join them Thanksgiving weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium? We'll begin in Class 2A, Monrovia and Howe. This was a great game tonight. Yes. Michael Grady was there. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Dave. A lot of good highlights in this one. Monrovia in the semi-state for the second year in a row. Howe in uncharted territory. First IPS school in the semi-state since 1994. And they have an explosive quarterback in Justin Johnson. He's just a sophomore. Check out the flip to Tyrell Phelps, and he does the rest. Phelps takes it all the way for the touchdown and ties the game at 7. Next series for the Bulldogs. Hand off to speeding running back Jaden Ray. We had a little speed right there. He's not that fast, but he turns the corner, gets into the end zone for the score. Monrovia back on top by 7. But Johnson and Phelps are at it again. Johnson on the rollout. Phelps is open, makes a couple of moves, scores yet again. Phelps, by the way, a junior. Bulldogs start to pull away, though, in the second half a little bit. This touchdown by Ray puts Monrovia up by 12. Desperation time, though, for the Hornets. Johnson's going to heave this one deep, and that's maybe one of the catches of the night. Dante Henderson with the defender draped all over him, still pulls it in, have trouble bringing them down. They do score a touchdown, but on the next possession for the Bulldogs, they simply run out the clock with that powerful running game. 429 yards on the ground. They didn't even complete a single pass, speaking of Monrovia, but they win 37-31. After the game, Coach Hutchins talked about heading to Lucas Oil after falling one game shy last season.
You know, I think that gives you a little bit of motivation. I think you learn from it. You know, our kids knew, I mean, yeah, last week we beat Mater Dei, but we knew that this was the game that we really didn't win. We didn't win the semi-state, and our kids came through. But I'm just proud of our kids. Our kids have fought all year, and they've worked hard, and they deserve this.
Congratulations, Coach. In Monrovia, they take on the winner between Whiting and Woodland for the 2A crown. Those two teams play tomorrow. As for Howe, most of their key players underclassmen. Bright future ahead for the Hornets. Dave?
Congratulations to the Bulldogs. Howe, not the only local team playing in its first semi-state. How about Kokomo? Their long football history finally saw them win their first regional last week of tonight trip to Fort Wayne. Our Brad Brown was there as well for the Cats 5A semifinal.
Dave, how's this for your first trip to the semi-state? Lining up across the field from a school that's a 6-time state finalist and annually contends for the city championship here in Fort Wayne. That was the challenge tonight for Kokomo taking on the Snyder Panthers. But the Wildcats came out with a lot of energy at the start of the game and got off to a quick start as well. The Wildcats' first drive of the night ended with a score. Kyle Wade found Keenan Wheeler for the opening touchdown. A missed extra point had Kokomo with a 6-0 lead. But Snyder's read option offense was tough to handle all night. Here's Money Woods with a TD run. 4 out of 5 drives in the first half ended in a TD as Snyder built an early lead. But Kokomo was going with 260-pound running back Marcel Kenner. TD run and a 2-pointer made it a 1-point game. But Kokomo trailed 28-20 at halftime. Snyder essentially put the game away late in the third quarter. Mac Hippenhammer with a 79-yard punt return for the touchdown. 28 straight points in the second half. Snyder wins at 56-20.
Played their tails off this year for us, and real proud of what they did. Set all kinds of school records, and couldn't be happier for them. Wish we'd have caught one more game, but, you know, good luck to those guys. They're going to be a great representative from the north.
The core of this group for Kokomo are seniors, but a lot to take away from this season with a school record 12 wins and perhaps a new tourney tradition going forward. In Fort Wayne, Brad Brown, Friday Football Frenzy.
Brad, thanks. And you mentioned the other 5A game. Top-ranked New Pal will be home tomorrow against Castle. 6 o'clock kick out east. And at the same time tomorrow for Chittard 3A, the 5th-ranked Trojans host Gibson Southern. That one at LN tomorrow night. Brad will have highlights tomorrow night after college football. Back to tonight, though, and another roadie for a Central Indiana team. 4A number 10 Roncalli heading down I-74 to play at East Central. A rematch of a game won by Roncalli 31-10 just last month. Dave Marin also made the trip. Has more.
A rematch from back in October. What seemed like a one-sided affair then was just the same, except for the Trojans doing the marching this time. Opening drive, EC eats up yards. Luke Patton, the QB, sneak into the end zone. Just like that, 7-0 East Central. Second quarter, Patton would air it out. He'd find Clayton Castle in the end zone for the touchdown, and it was 14-0 headed into halftime. Third quarter, Ron Colley would come out and regroup. They'd move the ball. Robbie Strader to Will Harris. That drive would get them down to the 6-yard line, but it would bring up a 4th down. Strader would go back to Harris on 4th and 6, but he stopped just 3 yards short. EC would take over on downs. Fourth quarter, Patton calls his number again. He finds the zone with a little help. East Central goes on to win 21-0 over Roncalli. Dave Marin, Friday Football Frenzy.
You know, no matter what happens next week, going to be hard to top what happened in the 6A semi-state at Center Grove last week. Not one but 2 overtimes for junior running back Titus McCoy completed that 2-point conversion. The top-ranked Trojans knocked off Avon 35-34 as Center Grove goes back to the state finals for the first time since 2008. And here to talk about that, head coach of Center Grove, Eric Moore. We've got senior quarterback Joey Siderwitz, and senior defensive back Connor Steep. Welcome to the show, boys, on this Friday. Bizarrely, you're not playing a game, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's okay because you got a big game next Saturday at Lucas Oil Stadium. That was as much fun as I've had watching a game. What was it like to coach? What was it like to play in that thing?
Coaching it, you sort of get caught up in the game, and in the fourth quarter's there, you really don't realize you've been there that long, so it's not that big of a deal. But when it comes to the overtime, then it gets pretty serious, and now you're thinking about all the things that can go wrong. So it's a little bit gut-wrenching, and only because it's a semifinal game, it's a ticket to the finals, and you got kids like this that are seniors, and everything you do, if you do something wrong, you make a bad call, they go home. So you feel a little bit of that pressure, but
right.
I'm an old guy, so we've been through it a lot, and we've lost the last 5 semifinals, so we pretty much know what it's like being there now. So we were very happy with our performance finally, and end up getting the big win.
Pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, it was.
What was it like being a part of that?
It was crazy. The atmosphere. There's like twice as many people there that there usually is, and a lot of fans on both sides is awesome.
And as the quarterback, you guys needed some first downs at the end just to move the ball a little bit. And
yeah, that was big. And we were down pretty much the whole second half, and you know, a lot of receivers stepped up and made good catches, and Titus made some good runs that took us down the field and to get a field goal by our kicker, Nathaniel Snyder.
Coach mentioned you guys, the program, not you guys specifically, had lost 5 semi-states in a row. So did that weigh at all on you guys? Like, oh, here we go again when we're down, or no?
I don't know. I think once you get out there, you don't really think about it.
Right?
Yeah, but I mean, it would have been pretty heartbreaking to come up short in that one.
No doubt. In fact, let's take you back. Double overtime. Pick things up. Avon was up 34-27. Here comes Titus. 1 play, 1 score. So you're down 1, and it was decision time. And Eric, I think you wanted to kick the ball, just take the PAT, right?
Well, I wanted to take some time to think about everything.
Called timeout. Yeah.
And then we called. You tried to use the 25-second clock. Then we tried to call time. Then we called timeout. And the big thing was, you know, I didn't know if the Peters kid how injured he really was.
He got banged up.
And you know, I saw him with his helmet on, so I thought, well, he's probably going to play. And then you just go from experience thinking, was it hard for us to run the ball the last couple of times? And it wasn't. So why give Peyton Manning a chance to come back in the game and beat you? We decided, you know, I put it on the seniors right now. Hey, it's your game. Let's go get 2 yards.
You had Cameron Tidd, Javon Swan, 2 big defensive linemen in there playing offensive line. And
Connor Steeb leading the way, the lead blocker. Yeah.
I mean, there was some outstanding blocking there towards. This was like a movie script. You know?
Yeah.
You'd be George Clooney.
Oh wow, I would. That'd be great. In my life, I would need to be George Clooney. That'd be awesome.
All right, so you look ahead now. You guys ready to go one more time?
Oh, yeah.
What's it going to be like in Lucas Oil Stadium, I think, next Saturday?
I mean, we've already played there before this year,
right.
So we're going to know the atmosphere and the environment, so I think we're going to be all right.
Have you already started looking ahead to the Penn game now a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. You know, we kind of took the week to get over that win. It was big, but I think now everyone's focusing up and getting ready for the big game next week.
What's Penn got for you? We saw them. They obviously knocked off Carmel.
Yeah, they're a phenomenal team. They have no weakness. They have a big line on offense and defense. They run the option. They can throw the ball. They can run the ball. They have power game, passing game. Their defense is talented.
Yeah.
Secondary is big and physical. Their linebackers have tremendous size and really run well, and their defensive line is awesome. So it's just like another Friday night for Center Grove. We play these great football games with these great football teams every Friday night. So it's exciting.
Penn's like a mixed school.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
They're that good.
Yep.
So, final thing, championship weekend at Homestead. Who you like to win the NASCAR? If you followed our
now we're getting to something.
You know Eric's a huge NASCAR fan.
Well,
so
I'll tell
what's
you
going to happen?
Well, 24 forever would be great. I wouldn't be disappointed if Jeff Gordon won, and neither would Joey.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what.
24 fan.
Yeah, big Jeff Gordon fan.
But I'm gonna tell you what. It's gonna be hard to beat Kevin Harvick at Homestead with the Tony Stewart crew.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna make it happen.
But you got the whole Kyle Busch thing coming back from the injury in the Daytona. So
Doesn't matter.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Kevin Harvick. Jeff Gordon. You don't care. Great job, boy. And I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a lot of fun watching that thing last Friday. And good luck next Saturday. Yeah, Center Grove, 13-0, 1 to go. We'll be watching a week from tomorrow, Lucas Oil Stadium.
Go Trojans.